I'm Ben, and I'm the sound technician for our film Old Habits Die Hard. And basically, the music, as you can tell, as you've just seen, is very tense and thrilling, which suits the conventions of a social realism, is what I was aiming for, because it's dark, it's tense, and more along the basis of that.
Right from all in. I fucking knew it. What exactly crazy? Fucking composed. Something I love the heads, man. Only when they last. I've had to make a choice. Choice? Shit, Ben won't be hitting where quick it is. He knows it.
Because they get fewer and fewer each time. They need this, they crave this, but it comes a bit of rough luck.
Rough luck! O'Brien carries a fucking pigs!
Hi, I'm Zach, and basically I was the camera technician as well as doing some of the editing work. A lot of the editing we used was to build tension. We also complemented this with filming by doing lots of close-up and mid-shots to show the tension growing very rapidly between the two characters. We used smoothing to make the camera angles seem closer together. This really built the tension between them, and it helped the character to viewer connection. The techniques we used whilst filming and editing conform to the conventions of social realism and thrillers, as it keeps the viewers on edge whilst maintaining a realistic feel.
You've got another thing coming, mate!
Go on, man, I could have handed you into that lot ages ago. The offer was open to me.
You wanna fucking took it! That's our fucking low life!
Come on, man, we've been mates for ages.
Hi, I am Luke, and I was in charge of telling Zach what we wanted from the camera, and I was also in charge of the feel for the piece. So basically, I was at the helm, and I made sure that everyone was doing their job, which thankfully, as you can see on the film, they all did really, really well. I was also in charge of giving the actors, who you can see on the screen, I was in charge of telling them what we needed from them to make the film look as good as we wanted it to look. You will have probably noticed that Toby, the character in the green khaki dress, his character has social problems, and we thought that this was a good take to go down with his person, because it's something that's not really seen on film that much, and we wanted to make him socially awkward. So, as you can probably see, he's smiling when perhaps you think as the viewer he shouldn't be. But we wanted that angle because, as I've said, it's not really something that's often seen in film. Cregan, who is the character in the red jacket, is seen to be the complete difference to what Toby is. So he's volatile, angry, controlling, so he's basically not a very nice person to be with. Almost like putting these two giants together, and they're just so different, and we wanted to see that all happen on camera.
And now, do not mix me no bullshit! You're filth! Filth that needs to be taken care of.
I thought you couldn't sing anymore. Guess I was wrong.
What you're now seeing is the chase scene, which is a key part of our film, in that Cregan, as you've just seen, is not best pleased with what Toby has, with what he thinks Toby has gone and done. He thinks that Toby has handed his name into the police, and as we know, Cregan is not the best of people, so he is worried about being caught for his drug selling profiteering. So he's obviously not very happy at Toby, and what you are going to see now is the chase sequence, which is really the main crux of our film, in that we see the true nature of Cregan and Toby exploited in this scene to great effect.
What's this thing on?
So basically that was the chase scene. Through it you saw the title, Old Habits Die Hard. We decided on that title mainly for some comic effect, but also because we felt that it really summed up the whole plot of the story. That being that Toby, the main character, was trying to escape from his habits of taking drugs, and evidently they don't go so well. So basically we used the editing, the camera work and the directing to really push forward the fact that Toby was trying to escape, as if he was trying to escape from his drug addiction, but Cregan, like the drugs, was hunting him and pulling him back down.
Right, okay. Yeah, what you just saw, I mean, before I came in, was the day my life changed, and not in a good way. All born different, yeah, okay, I get that. We all make different choices in our lives, good or bad, proud or regretted. I know I've certainly made some choices in my life that I have little regret even to this day. You've got to face every new day as it comes, even if that day is the darkest day we may ever face.
You're finished, Toby. You've changed the balance forever.
As you've just seen in this vlog scene where we have the breaking of the fourth wall between the actor and you as the viewer of our piece, he's almost trying to tell you as the viewer that what he did in his eyes is right. It's not actually hinted, but it is hinted that something happens in the closing moments, that something happened to Cregan, that Toby has obviously gone on and realised actually this was a terrible thing to do, even if Cregan was a bad person. It is hinted at that Cregan is killed, but Toby doesn't actually say that this is the case, as we want to keep the viewer hooked for the rest of the film as to why this happened. And I think if this film were to be feature length, this forest scene and the chase scene would kind of open up to the viewer what happened, and it would really be a main crux point of our film.
He had to be stopped. I don't defend what I did. I just hope it's easier for people to understand.
We feel that as our film in a top whole would be distributed by Film 4 Productions, we feel this mainly because of the type of film it is. Film 4 distributes lots of social realisms, not so much thriller, but we felt that social realism was the main genre in use.
Just to back up what has already been said, we would put this film out on Film 4 because their style is very much the hard-hitting, the gritty, the working class, which is really what we want to show in our film.
They've brought out films, really big films, such as This Is England, which have been amazing box hitters, and we feel that our film as a whole, although not as well funded, would be able to compete in that sort of market, not just against the fans of social realisms, but also breach into fans of other genres such as action and thrillers.